Well, breaking news on this first day of free agency. In case you missed it, defenseman Martin Fehervary is locked up long-term as a Capital. He has signed a 7-year, $42 million extension with the Capitals. And guys, he's someone, we see him every day here at practice in these games. We know what this guy is like, someone that's maybe underrated for the rest of the league, but this is a big, big deal for the Capitals.
I think the rest of the league saw how much he means to the Capitals in the playoffs when he wasn't there. Look, the Capitals have been one of the best defensive teams all year long. They've been very good on the penalty kill. He was the penalty kill minutes leader. And when he came out of the lineup, it certainly, you definitely felt it.
Well, everything that he does is done with purpose, and a great example of player development, right? I mean, this is across the board one of the most durable guys over the course of the last few years, which made it all the stranger he wasn't around for the postseason because he's always in there, but he wasn't this time. And it definitely showed. His offensive game has gotten better. He's tough to play against. When you look at a guy like Aaron Ekblad to me, and a guy who's really tough to play against in his own end, and you don't want to go up against him, I see him in that kind of model, and I'm really glad that he's going to be in the fold here for the next, now, 7 years.
And he's 25 years old, so he's going to continue to get better. He can skate. He's got some sneaky physicality. And like you said, he's that type of player, ask Sidney Crosby, who no one likes to go against because he's in your grill every single shift. He closes really quickly, and he's just got a little abrasiveness to him. You know, he's not going to fight, and he's not going to just straight up destroy guys. That said, he's just on top of opposing forwards, doesn't give them any time or space, and by the end of the game, they're just frustrated.
And that sneaky physicality is what you need, especially in playoff games. And so, like I mentioned earlier, as hard as it was for Marty to not be in the playoffs this year, and certainly was a blow for the Capitals, it maybe almost helped his case with this because his absence spoke volumes.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, the penalty kill just wasn't the same without him out there. And we talk about this all the time. When key guys go out of the lineup, everyone has to kind of bump up or move over a chair, and it just kind of disrupts the chemistry. And you look at one thing for me about the Capitals' blue line that made them so good, particularly at the offensive end this year, was the fact that they didn't have any injuries until the very end. It was the same 6 guys all year long, and then you subtract a key guy who plays almost 20 minutes a night, and it just kind of fell apart.
The retool on the fly is still a work in progress. It took great strides forward last year. It will make strides this year, and it will continue. But what is next when the Capitals get back to the absolute creme of the creme, all the way to the top, is guys like Fehervary, because he's going to be entering that really prime of his career. And I think that's what we're going to see here over the course of the life of this deal.
Yeah, you know, a contract like this, when you're signing a 25-year-old to a long-term deal, maybe the first year, second year might seem like a little rich, a little expensive, but then with that salary cap going up as massively as it's going to over the next 3 years that we know about, it's probably going to continue to ascend and accelerate. That deal's going to look really good on the back end.
Yeah, good for team, good for player.
Yeah.
Great. Very, very happy for Fehervary. Obviously made a big impact already and will continue to do that in the future. That's the biggest news so far, but I'm sure lots more coming this week, so make sure to keep up with all of our coverage as we continue on with development camp and free agency.